Hello, welcome back. I placed a recent drugstore order from Ulta, and I would say this is like a 50-50 mix of new products, and some are just things that piqued my interest, some things that I thought you all might enjoy seeing some feedback on. But do you expect some newbies in this? There were a couple of things that really caught my eye that I wanted to just test out. So I have tried almost everything I'm going to use today. There are like two things that I have not tried yet that will kind of just, be first impression. But everything else I have a pretty solid opinion on. So of course I'm going to start out with basically the only thing I have not tried yet. So this is something that I have seen at Ulta before, wasn't really interested in picking up until I saw the highlighter in it, and it's the Jelly Pop Melon Glow set, and it has a dew primer and a highlighter stick in it. I really just got this for the highlighter stick. It was, I think, $6 or $7 for this little set, and if you bought the highlighter stick, it was $5, so I was like, I might as well just get the set. So we will use the little highlighter stick later on in the video, but for now, I am going to try the primer. It seems very jelly. It does smell like watermelon. What's going on with this? This is a face primer, right? Okay, yeah, it says that this unique primer works like a glue grip to hold makeup in place. This is why I'm not the biggest primer fan. I'm really more of a fan. See, it's hard to apply because it's so tacky. I'm more of a fan of a classic like moisturizer style primer, or just using my moisturizer as a primer. So not crazy about this, but let's move into something that I was pleased with, and I have been meaning to try this. Everywhere has been sold out of the shade I feel like I probably should have gotten, but I just got the next best thing. It matches, it's totally fine, but it's the L'Oreal True Match Nude Hyaluronic Tinted Serum. This is basically the same thing as the Maybelline Glow Perfector that I have been raving about for the past couple months, except the L'Oreal does come in a better color selection. So this is a very lightweight kind of tinted serum product. I had to get mine in the shade 0.5 to 2, very light. And it is very light. It's a little bit too light for me, but we'll balance it out with some bronzer. So this is kind of just like a tinted skin serum. It feels really nice. It looks nice. I wore it a couple days in a row now, and I actually wore it during a workout yesterday, and it looked like skin. I was very pleased with this. So if you have not been able to get your hands on the Maybelline one, or you feel like the Maybelline shades, I think there are only 4. The L'Oreal, I want to say there's probably 8 to 10 shades in this lineup. It'd be worth looking into because it gives that very similar skin-like appearance. Super lightweight, feels lovely. Truly, I really don't even have to set this. I feel like it has a similar finish to the Maybelline one. It's not as velvety. I feel like the Maybelline one is a little bit more moussey in texture. This is definitely more serum-like in texture, but it blends in seamlessly. I mean, no serum, serum. Personally, I think it looks heavenly. I think it looks lovely. It is a no makeup person's dream. So very impressed with this. So this product was basically the catalyst for this entire Ulta order. When I saw it, I was like, yes, please, sounds phenomenal. And it's the Bear With Me line from NYX, which we all know. NYX Bear With Me Skin Veil, Tinted Skin Veil, that was my jam. Unfortunately, it appears that it has been discontinued, which don't even get me started. Like hands down, one of NYX's all-time best products. And of course, they had to do away with it. But this is a part of the Bear With Me line from NYX, and it's the Bear With Me Concealer Serum. So it's in a little tube like this, and you would think that with the name being serum, that it's probably gonna be like a super lightweight product. It's actually pretty full coverage. I have been pleased with the application on it. It applies very smoothly. Very reminiscent actually of my Dior Forever Skin Concealer, which I love. This has a lovely, creamy, flexible texture to it, and it pairs nicely with the L'Oreal Serum. So I just have the tiniest dot. Let me show you closer. So just a very tiny dot on the back of my hand, and I'm just going to, let me get a little bit closer. Doesn't that skin veil look good? I mean, I'm looking at my face in the mirror and okay, just a little bit of the concealer on the back of my finger, and I'm just gonna tap it in. Lovely texture on this. Immediately I was very impressed with the texture, and it just kind of blends in super seamlessly. The shade I actually got two shades, but the shade that matches me the best was Light. The one I'm using right now. I think the other one I got was Vanilla. The light color seems to match me pretty well. It adds just a hint of brightness to my under eye. And I mean, you can see like how this is spreading out. Like it is a pretty decent coverage concealer, but what I love about it is it doesn't have like the thick texture like Tarte Shape Tape has. It's very flexible in its application, and it's still super natural. So I'm gonna add a little bit here. Good job, NYX, on this concealer formula, but unfortunately you are still in the choky for getting rid of Bear With Me Tinted Skin Veil. Okay, time to warm things up a little bit. This was a pleasant little surprise. It's a tiny little Oh My Glow cream bronzer from the Ulta Beauty line. I got mine in the shade Tiramisu, which was supposed to be the dark one. It's not dark like at all, so just be aware of that. There are only two shades, and the other one appeared to be a little bit more yellow, a little bit warmer. This one could definitely be a crossover between a blush and a bronzer, and we know I love to see that. So this is actually a really dewy texture. It's very emollient if you apply it to the back of your hand, but it looks beautiful on the skin. I'm just gonna take my IT Cosmetics Complexion Perfection brush, and you can see it's not like a solid contour color. It's not really a super warm bronzer tone. Actually kind of runs a little bit on the red side. So to me, this is like a blush bronzer hybrid. This is something I would very much just use. Like I would omit, if I was just doing a super quick makeup look, I would completely omit my blush and bronzer and just use this. I love that it is so tiny and travel friendly and just super easy to apply. Size wise, it's really similar to the e.l.f. cream blushes that twist up like this. It may even be a little bit smaller, but very pleased. Only problem is you have to be pale AF. Like the two shades that they had available, not super versatile. Even if you're kind of in the medium category, this is gonna be one that's probably borderline hard to show up. So this is definitely something that's going to probably only appeal to the fair to light category. And that's my thing with this Ulta collection. They have some good products, but they just pop off with like 2 to 4 colors. And it's like, how do you expect? How do you expect this to match a variety of skin tones? So we have another product from the Bear With Me line. These have been out for a little bit. I have seen these at my local Ulta, but this was back when, you know, testers weren't really available and you just simply could not see the colors or textures of things. So I just kind of went out on a whim and ordered these online. And they are the Bear With Me Cannabis Sativa Jelly Cheek Colors. So these are interesting little guys. Literally think of children's slime, like slime that's all the rage right now, put into blush form. When you touch it, it looks like you're just gonna get a bunch of wet like product all over your finger, but it's actually just a soft, almost like stain that you get. I can't quite describe it, but just think of touching children's slime and like a very soft amount of pigment coming off. And so the way I've been applying these, because I don't really want to like dip my brush into here, I've just been taking my finger, getting a little bit of product off, and of course like putting on the back of my hand. So this shade is Sizzling Sun, which I think I'm going to primarily use, but I do want to mix in a little bit of the pink. I have another shade called Sugar Babe. I'm just going to take a little bit of the pink. I wore it yesterday by itself. It's a little too pink for me, so I'm just going to mix these two together. Same thing, take my brush here and pop onto my cheeks. Now, I like these. I thought that they were very, I mean, you can see like very pigmented. Even the lighter pink tone had quite a bit of pigment to it. And they apply really softly, you know, to be kind of like gimmicky in the packaging and the way that the product looks. It still applies really nicely, almost like, you know, looks like a little bit of a stain on the cheeks. I'm gonna take a little bit of my concealer and kind of just sheer everything out. Got a little out of hand with the blush. But you can see how pigmented it is. So yeah, these are actually very cool, very skin-like. And I think that they are, I read on a website when I was trying to look up swatches, I read that these were limited edition. So yay for that. Is everything in the Bear With Me line just limited? I don't get it. I mean, we have some real winners here. But I did read on one of like the major makeup review sites that this was a part of a limited collection. Time to pull this guy back out. This is e.l.f. Jelly Pop highlighter. Seems like a very dewy highlighter, which this watermelon scent, I mean, it's artificial, but not gonna knock it. I kind of like it. Flower Beauty Light Illusion Powder. This was one that I had not tried yet. Not really sure why, but I've only worn it once and it seemed pretty mattifying to my skin. It looked good, but I guess I was just expecting something maybe a little bit more glowy since that's the vibe with the foundation. I mean, but it was okay. It doesn't have like a chalky appearance. When you apply it, it seems pretty smooth, so really no complaints with it. Okay, just threw on some brow gel off camera, moving on to the eyes. So I got another Ulta Beauty product. This is the Ulta Beauty Metallic Cream Eyeshadow. So high hopes for these. I tried one yesterday. I tried the shade Jam's Jam. Very reminiscent of Amethyst from Laura Mercier in its tone. I have to admit though, I was not like super pleased with it. Upon application, I had very high hopes, but it did not seem to wear good on me throughout the day. So I'm going to try the other color. This one is called Breakdance. And I mean, these are definitely like one and done shadows. You could throw these on. I mean, that's what I did yesterday. Just threw a little bit on and blended out with my shadow brush. I will say this color that I'm using right now seems a little bit more opaque than the one that I tried yesterday. So maybe the longevity will be a little bit better on it. It says that it's waterproof. The problem I had with the one yesterday is it had actual glitter chunks in it. It had a glitter reflex to it. And it didn't seem like, this seems like a metallic to me. Like when I close my eye, you just see that it looks very pretty, that metallic finish. The one I used yesterday very much had glitter particles, and it seemed like by midday, there was no color left on my lid. I could just see like the glitter particles. So that's why I wanted to try this one out and see if there was a difference, maybe in the formula and application. I can definitely tell a little bit of a difference. And as usual, I will report in a pinned comment down below any products that I don't have like a full like first impression on. I'll kind of report how they wore on me in a pinned comment down below. That's generally how I will do it to give you final feedback. So yeah, this color, very beautiful. I love the way it's applying. I mean, even on camera, it looks like it's showing off really nicely. Definitely, this one is definitely a little bit more opaque than the shade I wore yesterday, and it does seem like it's drying down. Okay, I have higher hopes. I have higher hopes for this one. Okay, I was gonna take my Kiko dark brown cream shadow stick, but it is hidden, probably in plain view, so don't be mad. We're gonna take Cocoa. We're gonna take a little bit of Cocoa, go off the drugstore wagon for just a second. But if you have any dark brown cream shadow from Kiko, CoverGirl, Elf, you know what to do. Okay, another banger that I found on sale was the Honest Beauty mascara, and it came with a lash primer on one end and then the mascara on the other. I don't really know if the lash primer does much. I'm going to apply it, but the mascara side I was highly impressed with. Personally speaking, very impressed with this mascara. Haven't been this impressed since my Maybelline Sky High, so it's a good one. My mom is watching Max all the way in the living room right now, and they are just screaming. So if you hear screams in the background, it is my mother and my child. Just, I don't know what they're doing. Last but not least, I think this was a new brand being carried at Ulta, and the brand is called Holika. Holika. I believe this is a Korean brand. Yes, made in Korea. So I got the Milky Dew Balm, which I have not tried yet, and the Heart Crush Tint Air. Basically, this air tint, I'm just gonna call it an air tint. It's a mousse. It's a very K-pop moussey, almost gives you like the popsicle style lip. I'll pop a little bit on. A little goes a long way. So like, it's almost like a stain that you put on your lip. It's very lightweight, and you can see if you just put it like on the center, it gives you that stain kind of popsicle lip effect. I really like this. I wore it yesterday. It also has a pleasant scent and taste to it, almost citrus. Now, this Milky Dew Balm, I don't know what to expect from it because I was actually expecting it to be how this air tint product is. I was expecting it to be kind of velvety and just stain the lips a little bit, but I don't know. Let's just throw it on. It smells lovely. I love the smell. This is honestly, it's a really fun color, really pretty color. Okay, so this lip product is really interesting. Definitely more pigmented than the air tint. And you can build it up. As you can see, like I've been reapplying and building it up. But what is so cool about it is the way it feels. It's almost cooling on the lips. Like when you apply it, it's cold. And I can't describe 100% what the texture is while I'm applying it. It's almost like a hybrid between, it's definitely a hybrid between a lip balm and something else. Something I can't put my finger on exactly. This lip is a little bright for my preference, so I'm gonna try to tone it down with the Milani Understatement Lip Liner. This is in the color Cafe au Lait. It's a nice brown. Okay, I have to be honest. Tell me you were not impressed with these drugstore products. This was a winner Ulta order. Sometimes it just doesn't always happen like that. Sometimes I will place a random order like this and then just get a bunch of crap. But everything, I don't know, I'm vibing with it. I think this lip color is just beautiful and unique and definitely like a fall twist. It's definitely got that like burnt orange tone to it. And then I just deepened it up with the lip liner, definitely more of my preference. But if you like kind of like that pop on the lip, those lip products are very interesting. I would definitely be intrigued to try more from that brand. I'm definitely going to report back in the comments on the Ulta shadow because I'm getting a more positive experience already in just the way that it looks compared to the other shade. I'm not seeing like the glitter particles that I saw in the other color. I think it's gonna perform a little bit better. But base, bronzer, concealer, like everything just was a win-win. The only thing I wasn't crazy about was that primer and then pretty much the other color that I had in the Ulta shadow. But this one in Breakdance was the color. Phenomenal. It looks beautiful. So I hope you all enjoyed seeing some drugstore products in action. I know it's been a little bit of a hot minute since I've done a drugstore video, but very pleased with everything that I found on this order. So I hope you enjoyed. Let me know if you've tried these products down below, and I will see y'all in my next video. Bye.